Most people do ears, can they?
Well, they can now, Paddy, because we are live. And welcome to episode 105 of the FPL Hangover podcast, where we raise the bar and lower the tone, all things FPL related. We're coming to you live, actually live this time, on the YouTubes. On the 4th of March, it has been a beautiful spring day. There's a bit of stretch in the evenings, and there's daffodils all over the place. And speaking of daffodils, we have our very own Flower with us this evening. He's filling in again for Seamus, and he is tonight's podcast partner in crime. Paddy, how are you getting on, my friend?
Not too bad, Jer, not too bad. Glad to be here again. Looking forward to it.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. This is your first live stream, you were saying?
I'm popping the cherry here tonight, with you, Jer.
I'm excited. I'm honoured. I'll go gentle. Hopefully everyone watching will also go gentle, so that's a big hi to everyone in the chat. And yeah, thanks for joining in. If this is your first time listening to the FPL Hangover, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you're listening to this, you know, in the distant future, and you're going, how did I miss that live fucking episode, then hit the little bell as well, because that does something. That sends you some kind of email. You know, Paddy, you're up with all of the latest lingo. I'm honoured. I'll go gentle. You're playing the fucking YouTube out loud, Paddy. I told you, mute it. Mute it. I knew you'd do this.
I'm sorry. I was like, what's this button do?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, so where was it? Can I pour my beer yet, Jer?
You can pour your beer. What are you drinking tonight? Oh,
yeah, I'm on this Kinniger shuttle bucket.
Nice. Is it some kind of special Paddy's Day one?
Day one, and it's quite strong. It's 8%, so things could get fucking loose here, Jer.
Loosey goosey.
Bombs could be dropped.
I hope you behave yourself now, Petty. This is proper life. We've had this discussion before.
Yes, I've been chastised. I've been told, Paddy, has anyone told you if you shaved and took off the hat, you'd look like Nidge from Love Hate? Jesus. Remind me, by the way, Jer, not to read comments out loud again.
Don't read comments out loud. Let them digest and mellow in the chat so we can get to it. But how was your week been, Paddy? How is FPL going?
It's not been great at all. I've absolutely burnt the bench boost. It's gone. I just want to forget about it. It's been a hard week. I've made some stupid decisions this week, and I can't wait to just get on to the next game week.
What stupid decisions? What do you feel? I have your team up here, and I want to get your thoughts on it. What do you feel you've done wrong?
Well, I've brought in Eric fucking Dyer for a start. So, like, why did I do that? Actually, I know why I did it. I think I was looking at game week 29, but he wasn't nailed. Was he ever nailed? Like, what was I thinking? I wanted to get Son in, and I just messed up.
Yeah,
must have been drinking. I was drinking that night.
I get you. I mean, like, I'm looking at your bench boost here. There's a bit of shithousery going on. I can see you've got like Salah, Gundogan, Cavani all on the bench. They would have never been on the bench. Should you?
Full on bench force. Just the novelty and just for a laugh. And I know it kind of triggers a few people, so it's locked out. I'm bored.
Why not?
My is what my bench boost is though. It's the Leeds guys and McCarthy.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is like that was my biggest question going into this game week was like, do I bench boost, do a triple captain? Because I have two of the same Leeds players, and I also had Mitchell and Forster, who somehow got his position back and actually took some points out of McCarthy off you there. So that's another dent in your bench boost armor. So just
stick a blunt fork in my nuts, why don't you?
Why not? But yeah, so I was toying it with it, and I was pretty frightened of that Leeds Villa match to start to the game week, and that was the one I was most worried about. When that ended 1-0 to Villa and the Leeds guys blanked, I knew then and there. I was like, okay, well that's the bench boost busted for quite a few people,
Yeah.
I think you followed in the footsteps of Seamus as well. He had a similar week this week in the sense that he bench boosted. For anyone who actually cares about Seamus, he did bench boost too. And similar to yourself, King, the Leeds match was his downfall. Twos all around, and not much to show from Pope either. So you're in with good company anyway, King. Yeah,
well there you go. I'm falling in his shoes and I'm walking in them as well. But the I kind of raised a few eyebrows whenever I said earlier that the only way to calculate a bench boost is to take your 4 lowest scores and add them up, and that's your bench boost. Obviously, take that with a pinch of salt. It's just what I do. I look at my team and then I calculate the 4 lowest scores, and I'm like, right, well that's definitely a shit bench boost. I think my bench boost worked out at a -2 doing that.
Yeah, you tweeted that today, and you got a bunch of shit about it, about how you calculated your bench boost. Go through it again there. You just basically prefer to count the lowest scoring players, and that's your bench boost?
Well, the way it is for me, right, when you hit the bench boost, you have 15 players, right? Mm-hmm. You're getting points for 15 players. It doesn't matter where the fuck they are. You're getting all the points. So what I do then is I just look at the 4 least scoring players, and I'm like, right... that was my extra. That was my bonus. That I'm getting. And, it's just what I do. But I do that even with normal game. Like, imagine just calculate up rubbish.
Yeah, but I think now I play devil's advocate a bit here. I think the issue the issue with that for me is that basically your bench is never going to be as strong as you shouldn't really be as strong as your starting 11, in the sense that you're going to have, for the majority, unless you're like deliberately wildcarding into bench boost or whatnot, but even then you're going to have players that you are skimping a little bit, or that you're not really looking to play every week. And I think in that regards, counting your lowest four scoring players, I think is a bit, I don't know, wrong.
Yeah, well, you know what, like it's kind of glass half full, glass half empty kind of way of looking at it. And I'm just a kind of, I just wanted to just calculate what my 4 lowest scoring players were, and I just wanted to annoy loads of people today. So yeah, maybe we look at it that way instead.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of people in the chat to make you feel better about yourself. A big hi to Slim Shady, Argentini, or I always call him Argentini. I don't know why this doesn't roll off the tongue, but Amarino, as we said before, the FPL Lounge there in the chat. Liam H, he's got away from the wife.
Good man, Liam. Look at Slim Shady throwing out compliments to the general. Well, there's the FPL Lounge. How you, man?
Paddy looks like the FPL general. That is a compliment to the general, and one he should take, to his heart. But how has my game week been? It's been okay. I triple captained Kane this week, so seeing him blank tonight was a bit. It's a bit of a dampener on my entire evening, but I'm not going to let it get me down, Paddy. He got 8 points, triple is 24. I doubt he's on for any bonus. And compared to last year, I was one of the Mane crew, so I got that lovely triple 1 for Mane. And I'm pretty sure the year before I was on a pretty low score as well. So anything that return, should suffice, and I'm happy enough. The only issue is, I suppose, he scored kind of early on. You got the first half return against Burnley, and you're thinking, oh, I was right. Harry Kane, he was the one to go with all along. And I suppose it's the hope that kills you a little bit. Son, 14-point return. He's really the Spurs asset, I suppose, outside of Bale, that would have paid off for his users. You captain Kane this week, Paddy?
No, I didn't even have him. I was hoping he would fucking miss the match altogether.
I see you were a Fernandez man. So do you feel like, as a non-Kane owner and as a not even in your squad, let alone captaining him, do you feel that you got away with it, or do you feel like, that's okay? What do you think? Because I'm biased.
I got away. Look, I got away with it. He could have went to town tonight as well. I had Son, hoping that Son would kind of, cover me a little bit, but nothing tonight. I think he got an assist ruled out or something.
I think the only goal in that match was an own goal for Adebayo, or what were they calling him? Something with T on the match. I can't remember what it was, but it confused the fuck out of me for about 5 minutes. But yeah, Adebayo got an own goal and a Dele Alli assist when it had originally been given as a Dele Alli goal and a Son assist. So yeah, Son captainers will be probably a little bit disappointed with that, but not the end of the world. Yeah. I mean, all in all, Paddy, I'm a little underwhelmed by this double game week. I had high hopes going into it. What about yourself?
Yeah, well, no, I was nervous going into it because I knew deep down I wasn't stacking up. But a few things that factored into me not being, excited about the double game week was the Grealish injury. A couple of other injuries happened, and I couldn't properly plan for the double the way I wanted to. I have a wild card. I could have wild carded, but if I had a wild carded, I would have just been creating another problem for the blank game week 29. I would have had to. I was wild carding. I would have brought in Kane. I would have brought in probably Calvert-Lewin. I would have brought in Villa players, and now that I look at it, I didn't use the wild card, and some of those players that I would have brought in, bar Kane, they didn't really nothing. It didn't come off, and I'm still going to kind of build towards the blank 29. I'm probably going to go in there with 9 players, maybe.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to wildcard the fuck out of it then. I feel like the bench boost was just like chlamydia or something. I just couldn't wait to get rid of it. That kind of way. No,
I don't know, Paddy. I've never had. I'm not speaking from personal. I take it you're speaking from personal experience, but
yeah, but it's just a jag in the bum. It goes away.
Just a quick jab. I've never even made love to a woman. There you go. No, I'm joking. I just wanted it out on YouTube so that could come back and haunt me for the rest of my life.
For the rest of your life, just to be clipped.
Yeah. But so all in all, I did feel it was a little underwhelming. I think people, as you said, you're probably thinking, oh, well, you know what? At the end of the day, as I said, the likes of Kane didn't go mad. Fernandez didn't go mad.
Yeah, and I feel a wee bit robbed for Fernandez too, Jer, because, that was a penalty if I ever seen one in my life.
Yeah, you're talking about the Everton match, is it? The first game?
Yeah,
was it Everton? No,
it wasn't Everton. It was the West Ham, was it?
Yeah, no, it was.
I can't even fucking remember. But, there was a handball in there.
Yeah, I know. I should be watching Chelsea fight, the Chelsea match. No wonder why we can't remember that thing. Talk about dull, wanting to wipe that from your brain. I was wondering. I was going. I feel like that was an important match down at the weekend, but yeah, that
the Chelsea game. Fuck.
Yeah, the Chelsea match exactly. No, I'm with you. I think. I don't think it was a penalty. Like at least that's not the way I would want to see penalties given. But I do think that with the way shit's been going lately, it is questionable. And at the start of the season, that would have 100% been given.
Jer, his hand was up in the fucking air, up above his head.
Yeah, but do you not think that Greenwood kind of pushes his hand up a little bit? And it's not like his hand is going for the ball. His hand is fucking limp wristed. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, well, look, we could probably, maybe there's two good points here, but the way the things are at the minute, if the rules are, and I didn't make them up, if you handle the ball, no matter what, it's a penalty. So why that wasn't given, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I suppose,
And the referee, he overruled. Did he overrule? There's been a lot of shitty decisions this week with the VAR, though. Loads.
There has. I don't think there was a shitter one than the West Brom Brighton game, though. 1-0 to West Brom, and an absolute fucking mare of a performance from Lee. I think it was Lee Mason, wasn't it, the ref? And he. I don't know how West Brom came away with a clean sheet, but they bloody well did, and they would have been. They anyone that had kind of gone in on the double with like Johnston, there's a few Bartley owners out there. They're laughing. Bartley owners are definitely laughing. 15-point return or something like that. So bad decisions all around this week. FPL or refereeing wise, I suppose, Paddy.
Yeah, but going back to what you're saying, I kind of feel there's people in here. There's Nuclear Adams here. That's 103 points, -4 or whatever, but. I feel I may have just got away with it. I've got Salah to go here tonight, and I'm on 62 points. I feel that I might have scraped. I'm still on I think I'm on about a 80k red arrow though. But depending on what Salah does, I might have just got away with it and kept my wild card.
Yeah. So what is that bringing your overall rank to at the moment, Betty? Just out of curiosity.
At the moment, live. That's... on Playmaker. 300k.
You love your Playmaker app.
I just love it. It's so handy for checking your live scores and all.
Well, as soon
there's
as
a goal Chelsea have scored.
Chelsea have scored?
Who scored last? Who's assists? Because it's I'm just getting the flash.
I'm gonna leave it up to you, Paddy, to get the goals and assists.
We'll leave it up to the guys in the chat. Come on, tell us the good news.
Yeah, exactly. Tell us. You're the guys supposed to be watching it. This isn't actually us. But going back to what you said there about Nuclear, he's a great friend of the show. 103 points this week with -4 and not. Salah still to play in Rudiger. That's smashing. You're laughing your balls off. And fair play to you, man. I'm just going to call him Mourinho. He asks, is bench boost even worth giving that much importance to, given how much we force teams bench fodder? Force terms, like bench fodder. So that's kind of going on to what I was saying a while ago, Paddy, with it has to be the perfect storm for the bench boost. And sometimes, it doesn't work out that way. I don't think you need to worry too much about it. But do you think it's is it worth that much? Like you said last week, you didn't have too much respect for the bench boost. Or did you?
Well, look, I mean, saying I have no respect for the triple captainship. I don't think because you can just bang that out anywhere. The bench boost is something you actually have to think about and you kind of plan towards. Some people. They would, most people will play the game seriously. They kind of wild card, and if they're wild carding, they kind of think about the double game week and they have a good bench strong enough to go into the double and things like that. But I mean, I have no respect for any chips these days. I was laughing. The general had a tweet up there saying that he's going to play with no chips next season, and I was just actually having a joke at the same time, and I said that, chips are a fucking trap. You do my casual friends, they just jump on, they play the game they don't even fucking look at it half the time. Just, I'll be doing the league stats and I'll look and I'll see free hits just out of the blue, game week 4 and boom, 100 points or something. And then we sit here and we're looking at data. And by the way, Werner's goal. has just been Werner's goal has just been disallowed.
Oh shit! No goal. FPL Lounge. He's keeping on top of things. Thank fuck. What? Yeah. Oh.
So, that's what I kind of mean. Like, chips, they can work, but there's a lot of luck involved in getting the chips right.
Apparently, it was another cock up by Allison. There we go. Cheers to you. Sip a beer to all you working men and women, if there is any out there this evening. Working people. Maybe I should update it. But so still 0-0. Clean sheets intact for both Liverpool and Chelsea as we speak.
Yes.
But looking back at this game week 26, the first game of the week was the Man City West Ham match, 2-1 to City. I suppose that was a big talking point in regards to the rotation. I know it's kind of a talking point nearly every week, but Pep Roulette kind of came into full force this weekend. With who missed out in the first one? Cancelo missed out. Sterling was rested. Stones played the first match, the West Ham match.
Oh, did he? And then he was done the next game.
Exactly, he's done the next game, and Gundogan is rested in the next game as well. So, I think the writing was on the wall, at least for the second game, but in the first one, you're really kind of hoping for a bit of luck. And I suppose that luck came in the form of Man City centre-backs yet again smashing the double game week. I mean, at least to some extent. By that game week, or by the end of that match, you're thinking, are they going to just... Is there going to be another 21-pointer City defender lying around the place? But Stones and Diaz both coming out with goals there. And, yeah.
We had to be a wee bit fortunate too with Gundogan coming on for 10 minutes and actually outscoring both Cancelo and Sterling in the first game. Or did he outscore them? Yeah, but he came on and got an assist, so I was quite happy to get that.
Yeah, no, he did. He came on against, was it the second game anyway, but he came on there, was it last night, and he picked up a cheeky little assist. You're damn right. I mean, I'll take that against Wolves 4-1. Tighter than the scoreline would suggest that match, but... Yeah, he did. He came on and he picked up a cheeky little assist. We'll take it. I'm sure anyone that stuck the armband on him would have taken it even more. And I suppose we'll get to that later on in terms of what we're thinking about in Game Week 27, because as the majority of you will know, City and Southampton have an extra fixture in that match. And, there's going to be people looking to target that again. It's kind of hard to not target a double game week player. The question is which one, but we'll get to that later on. We won't worry about it too much now. But yeah, the two City games this week, I'll take it. An assist from Gundogan in the two of them, where one of them he was rested, clean sheet and a goal from Stones. No clean sheet in two. First time they've conceded in back-to-back games since November, I believe, King. So a lot of people are kind of wondering, with Cancelo dropping, minutes and the rotation that's kind of going to creep into City at the moment, be it whether they wrap up the league, Champions League, all this kind of stuff. They're still in the four competitions, so do you worry about City defense? What's your City? You've just got Cancelo, so is he stuck in your team?
Cancelo and Gundogan are who I have, and I'm going to keep. I'm not going to get rid of any of them yet. I'm quite happy, with what my City. I might get another one in, but.
But that's the question. Who are you looking at, Paddy, if you were to get another one in?
Yeah, well, it's hard. It's a hard one to bring in. I might. I have so much to do. I'm thinking about wildcarding after Game Week 29, but going for this next one, I might take another hit and I might bring in De Bruyne.
Ooh.
And there'd be huge. I would probably have to lose Salah maybe for that. And to be honest, I don't actually mind, doing that the way Liverpool are playing at the minute. But then, of course, I do that. Salah will just bend me over, won't he?
That's what I would imagine. I mean, there's kind of a few question marks. They've been asking questions of Salah over the last couple of weeks. And I said the general public. Have been asking, kind of putting questions of whether Salah's worked it over the last few weeks. And it's the same with Bruno now. Bruno's blanked the last two games. That will last one game week. I mean, if you look at Fernandes, if you look at his last, prior to this double game week, the last 4 game weeks, 4 goals, 3 assists. Are you really gonna? I mean, United did look kind of pretty sloppy against Crystal Palace, and a nil against Chelsea I think is an okay result, but predictable nonetheless. I'm not concerned about Fernandes. I'm also not too concerned with Salah, Paddy. I mean, like, he's blanked two, the last two he's blanked. He's still playing against Chelsea, so that's still up in the air. But before that,
yeah, the fixtures look great too, don't they, for Salah?
I think so. I mean, Fulham this week, 27, like, he's potential captain for that. Wolves, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. And the blank, it depends on what your approach for the blank is. That's the big thing. And I suppose we'll be touching on that over the next few weeks. We're not going to go too mad into tonight, but it is a horrible shadow hanging over like everything we say. It's pretty much like, look, this is all dependent on your strategy for game week 29, because that's what 4 fixtures, real low fucking game week there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some comments there. I'm seeing Nuclear Adams there with a good point. With the wild card in 31, should I just go differential now? Who can do just as much as the highly owned players like KDB for Gundogan, Rafinha for Bamford, Richarlison for DCL, Salah for Jota? I think that's what that's what I'll be doing, because once I get to, I'm going to just bring in a couple of guys now, and then I'll wildcard out. There's a fixture swing apparently in game week 31, but like you said, we're not going to go too deep into that because I haven't even a bollocks notion what's going on yet there, Gerald. I need to sit down and look at that.
Yeah, Nuclear, with the wildcard in game week 31, this is what you were saying, Petty. Should I just go for differential now? Who can do just as much?
Yeah, why not?
As the highly owned? I mean, it depends, like, on your kind of your approach. I mean, the likes you're talking about KDB. He's looking at KDB. Rafinha for Bamford. That's kind of a
lots have Rafinha already, so
they do. Yeah, I'm on the Rafinha train.
Yeah, me too.
Richarlison for DCL. I don't know if I even would be too. I mean, he's definitely an option if you're considering DCL, but I'm actually looking at coming off DCL this week, so maybe not so much. Salah for Jota. They're all pretty, I think, great ways to attack some points, like really aggressive moves, and I don't hate that. It's not necessarily my style of play, but I don't hate it, and I'm not going to advise against it, especially not someone that's on 103 plus points this week. FPL Lounge punted on Foden for the next double. He's not being played, so he should be fresh. Yeah, look,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's the thing, isn't it?
KDB's back now as well. That's just another block.
You just can't. I feel like it basically goes like Gundogan's pretty much nailed. I think you could see that by Pep's reaction when City conceded against Wolves. It was like, right, get Gundogan on the pitch right now. He makes a difference, blah, blah. So I think while he will be rotated, he's almost nailed on. Whether or not Foden, like, you're just going to be asked. I mean, for this double, perfect. Why the fuck not? It depends on.
Well, Jer, the thing with Foden is, right, when KDB was out injured, Foden still wasn't getting plenty. He was still hit and miss for you. And now KDB's back. It's it's just going to be worse again. So I don't know. I'm just going to stay away from Foden personally. I see Nuclear Adams going Salah to Jota. I'll wait for Jota to get maybe a couple of games first as well there.
Yeah, definitely. He's on the bench tonight, so that should be the start of hopefully a strong recovery from him based on the form he had going into that injury. But I agree with you. I'm not too tempted by Foden myself, but as Lama says, he's had his rest. If someone wants to kind of catch someone on the hop, this could be the week. There is the double there, but I suppose with Champions League, and it all depends on what way you're playing it. It's 29.
Yeah, you just have to. That City team, you just have to keep an eye on them, like, and see who's playing, like, because you can almost work it out. Like, we know, like, this week, who got rested there the last game for City? Was it Sterling got a rest? Was it?
No, Sterling played. It was Gundogan and Stones got a rest.
Yeah. So Gundogan and Stones. So you'd nearly think now Gundogan and Stones are going to play, the next one.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose like that logic is what Lam is playing into. As well.
You this week, but you wouldn't go rage transferring them out because there's a good chance that the both of them will probably play the following game.
Yeah, exactly. If I had the likes of Foden now, it's sitting in my team, whether you brought him in or not, you wouldn't be getting rid of him for sure. Do you know that kind of way? It's like, he's going to get some minutes now. I think Stones could be the most at risk. Like, Diaz is the most nailed on. I think for sure. But you're paying for that. The likes of Stones, he's going to kind of lose some minutes with Laporte knocking on the door. I'm sure.
Yeah,
it
that's
won't.
right.
Yeah, I'm sure that the losing the clean sheet there against Wolves isn't going to do too much, damage to Laporte's reputation in the eyes of Pep. But he will, they will be kind of rotating. I think Diaz is nailed on. He's been phenomenal this year, and Cancelo, he'll get plenty of minutes as well. I think, based on what Pep's been saying about him. But he's already played quite a bit this season, and with Champions League and stuff. Pep Roulette's just going to be such a nightmare. It's going to absolutely ruin the end of the season. I can guarantee you that. The best team in the league, and you can't even pick from them.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, isn't it? And look, you've got Aguero lurking about now too. I'm just waiting for. I seen he started the first game, and I was like, oh, here we go. This is the one where he's gonna go big, but we got away with it.
Yeah, no, he actually looked very rusty, I thought. Looked very rusty, and it's going to take a bit of time, I'd say, to get his touch back. I don't know. I'm not too worried. Jesus then coming up golden in the second match against Wolves. What did he come out of that with? 2 goals, 3 bonus points. So I know there's a few people in my own mini league who got rid of Jesus, and don't ask me why you get rid of him. A City player comes double. But Mahrez also, he started the last, I think.
That's right. So you're like, there's all these players you wouldn't mind having, and then they mightn't start the next game. But do you know what? Just talking about Aguero there.
Yeah.
He's someone that I actually might try and get on for this double. And I don't mind them because I can wildcard out of it.
I get you. So your plan,
a little punt, because if you can catch that bastard, when he's at the right time, he can really do damage.
He can, but I mean, did that performance not put you off a little bit? Especially, he will be rotated with Jesus. Do you want to be putting that price into him?
You're probably right. It's something I'm going to just keep a wee eye on, and I'll think about it. Like you say, he's shaking off the rust. So
that's the thing. He's kind of like Jota, as you were saying. You want to see a couple. I definitely want to see a goal from Aguero before I start even considering him again. But it would be nice if he had a bit of a swan song before, bit of
upside chasing.
Bit of upside chasing. That's all the rage these days. You had Cavani this week. How are you feeling about holding on to him? What's the story?
You know what? I had Cavani. I think Cavani goes back to. There was a couple of game weeks there. There was Newcastle and West Brom, and I brought him in as a little punty player for the Newcastle West Brom. He got injured, I think. He didn't do anything in the West Brom game, and then he didn't start. And then I thought, I'm going to hold him obviously for the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
He got injured or something then, and he was out he missed a couple of the Europa League games and all. I thought, I'll just hold him because he's got a double, and I'm not going to get rid of I had other kind of fires I wanted to put out, with Grealish and stuff, and I just held on to him. But look at him there, he's going. Cavani probably is going, and so is Dyer obviously, and there's a couple of fires there, Jared, that need to be put out, and I'm actually looking forward to building a wildcard team when the time comes.
Yeah, but before that glorious time comes, Paddy, you're going to have to deal with game week 29. What's your plan for that? I know we're kind of flipping around the place, but while you're chatting about your team, it might be interesting to kind of, and the changes that you've got to make. Because I agree with you. I think Cavani, with the injuries, or with the fixture list for United at the moment, with no game week in 29, and with what price is he now? He's 7.9. So I mean, there's quite a bit of money in him. So I can see why you're getting rid of him. What's your plan for game week 29? Are you
right? The game week 29 at the moment. Let me see the team there. Right, you have it up. I'm going to hold obviously any of my blank players. So that means I'm going to hold all those players just named that I want to get rid of, like Dyer and Son.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of games to make room. So there you have the fixtures up there for game week 29. Let me see.
I do. There you go.
I have three leads.
You're supposed to be prepped for this, Paddy. This is a professional show.
Yeah, I know, but I just fucking wing it, most of the time. So yeah, 3 leads. Might just get another Spurs player, and the Spurs playing.
Yeah, Spurs are playing. Spurs are playing for this. So you've 3 leads. You've Martinez. You've got 2, or you've got Dyer. So you're up to 5. And then you've got, that's pretty much.
If I get 3 more, I'll be happy, and I might jig Salah out.
Yeah.
Try and get Kane in with that money.
So I'm So, like, I'm looking at your team here and I'm thinking, right, Cavani out. What strikers are you looking at? So even if we go back to, like, this week for me, it's going to be tough, and I'm probably not going to do it because I don't know who I'd bench for it. But it's going to be tough not having any West Ham attack against Leeds. Do you
Yeah,
know?
you could get like young Lingard in there.
That's the thing. But I mean, looking at your team, Petty, who do you drop for Lingard? Is that where you're throwing Salah out? Because you have
Yeah,
Rafinha, you have Fernandez, Son, Salah, Gundogan. That's a strong
so
midfield.
I could probably go Salah and Ings out, or Salah Cavani out, and bring in Lingard and Kane.
Yeah, I mean, Spurs have some pretty nice fixtures. They didn't look too bad in the first half today against Fulham, and they look pretty decent against Burnley. Even if I am still sour about Kane's, lack of a return today. But yeah, I mean, if that's where you want to go and you want to go Kane in the long run, there you go. Seems like you've sorted already. I mean, that's
Well, I definitely want to bring him in maybe for that blank game week, and then I have another game week after that. I'll probably wild card out. Then you see, I'm thinking very short term at the minute, because in the back of my head, Jer, I know I'm wild carding, after game week 29 at some stage.
Yeah.
For the fixture swing. Lingard or Antonio for game week 29.
That's
As
exactly
nuclear atoms.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Nuclear, as I'm thinking, like Lingard or Antonio. Who am I not gonna have? Because I'm gonna have neither of them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sickening me. But if I'm looking at Cavani right there in your team, Paddy, like, it's gonna be tough for me to not go Cavani to Antonio this week. That would be my.
There's a Mount goal just in there. I see Nuclear Atoms and FPL Lounge.
Say that again.
Mount scored.
I thought we were supposed to be doing the watch along. We're making a holy show of ourselves, Petty.
Sure, this is great. We have the lads here telling us the crack.
I know, yeah.
And a Canty assist. So surely that's not going to hurt any rank,
Nah, that's not.
Who the fuck is them two? Aragantini here has a good one. He says, lads, as good as he is, obviously, am I the only one who thinks KDB is suffocating City's fluidity this season at times? They were playing better without him, in my opinion. Well, how many games is he back, really?
I think he means in general throughout the season. I mean, I'll let you feel that first, Paddy.
He does say at times, so he's not like completely throwing him under the bus.
But he is, for the love of fuck. There we go, guys. There we go. There we go. That's what we have. No.
That's what you're up against?
Yeah, that's what you're up against. But getting back to the question, like, for me, I don't know if I agree. I completely get where you're coming from. And especially when you, like, I think he's still to score from open play this season, if memory serves me correct. But, like, he's one of the best midfielders in the world, and I just don't see it when he's playing. Like, I don't think he's fucking it up.
Right, okay, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he said at times, so maybe he meant like for 10 minutes in the second half of a game against Wolves or something. But no, I don't think he does. I think, De Bruyne, like you said, he's probably the best midfielder in the Premier League.
Yeah, Nuclear's going on there about Chelsea and looking at getting Mount. That's a big kind of talking point for me at the moment as well. Is like, how do we get to a bit of Tommy Tuchel, a bit of Tommy T? How do we get him in our teams? Because I feel like Chelsea are making, massive improvements in terms of how they look on the pitch. Maybe not necessarily attacking wise, but they actually look like they have a fucking plan and look ridiculously solid in terms of defense. Yeah. So when you have the likes of Rudiger there, like, for me, he's a must-have right now. He's 3.7% owned, 4.6%. And he seems nailed on. He's played every match since Tuchel's come in. I think maybe he's missed that City match there. I don't think so, though. And he's banging up the points, every week. So I'm looking at Rudiger. You've got Nuclear in the chat talking about Mount. What about you, Paddy? Chelsea? Talk to me. Talk to me, baby.
Do you know what? This is the refreshing thing about being on your hit TV show. You get people coming in with other ideas. I haven't even been looking at fucking Chelsea. Like, I haven't even been looking at it, and now all of a sudden my head's turned. I'm looking.
Well, you're looking for a Dyer replacement. Now the issue with Chelsea is they don't have a fixture in game week 29. So I'm kind of building all my transfers just towards that game week, so that I don't worry. But
you're spot on, Jared. We can't be. You see, it's hard to talk about anything until Sorry about that. That's me. That's an Irish mommy trying to get through there. God save us.
Tell her to come onto YouTube, like and subscribe, and there we go. You can ask. She can talk to you all she wants.
But yeah, it's hard to look past. It's hard to look at anyone at the moment whenever we're trying to get this Game Week 29 team out, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, it kind of is. But I mean, I'm with Nuclear in the sense that, like, 29 onwards, that's when I'm really. And you still, you're talking. Do you have your wild card? No, you wild carded 2 weeks ago, Paddy, was it?
No, I have my wild card. I didn't remember. I was going on about it in the pod that day. I didn't actually use it then. I fucked about, sure, and I took a -4 and I brought in Son and Dyer.
Well, Son's paid off this week, 14 points.
Yeah, he was my highest scoring player. And I only brought in Dyer because I thought he might play the double, and he's a Game Week 29 player. So, I was looking at his fixtures, and he looked like he was playing a bit, but I never expected him to be dropped for the both games in the double.
I just don't think Mourinho really knows what his preferred defense is, to be honest with you. Yeah. They looked a bit shaky tonight, but go on.
Oh no, I don't even know what I was going to say. I think I'm still just fucking pissed off about the Dyer transfer.
It is, yeah.
And just need you to rub my back or something, or say something reassuring. Just like say something like
reassuring.
Just say, Paddy. Yeah, tell me something nice about that pick.
Don't worry about that Dyer pick. I think that Dyer pick is completely understandable. I had Dyer at the start of the season because I thought Mourinho, classic, fucking park the bus Mourinho tactics. He's gonna have lots of clean sheets. That wasn't necessarily the case, and I was one of those unfortunate owners that lost a clean sheet and bonus points for that fucking handball at the start of the season where again, looking up, jumping, ball hits the back of his hand with his head turned around, and they give a penalty for it. So I think, Paddy, look, no, actually I take it all back. This is your fault. Dyer's on you. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I fucked up. Right, fair enough.
But at least now you have someone that's easy to get rid of.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not getting rid of him, am I, till after Game Week 29?
But if he's not playing, what's the point in holding on to him?
Well, sure, I don't. He might play Game Week 29.
Yeah, I suppose it's one to monitor over the next couple of game weeks. But if he doesn't have any minutes until Game Week 29, then he's
going to play Game Week 29.
It's just going to happen.
I'm stuck with the bastard. I can't do anything about it because, if you're transferring a player right now, you want to transfer out another player, not transfer out a player that might play.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of. It's such a shitty transfer that there's no way I'll be transferring him out until after 29.
I'm getting a bit of stick in the chat for it as well. You're looking for a Dyer replacement. Fucking hell, that was a low blow, sure. Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was.
No, I see this in the chat.
He's thrown us another curveball, and he's asked us,
yeah.
what do we think of Anderson from Fulham after the next 3, of course. His last 5 games, he's 6'6", 7'6". So Fulham defense, basically,
Yeah.
I've been looking at Fulham, and I'm just not massively, kind of foregoing. I know they look great and they look better tonight, but it's kind of chasing. Do you know what I mean? And
it's chasing Fulham.
Yeah, and I just don't want any. I don't want any of the relegation teams. At least not until, all of the other teams are on the beach and they're the only ones that are actually fighting for something. And Fulham might actually still be, I mean, they're pretty. If they had actually pulled out a result tonight, all of a sudden everyone's heads are turned. But people are already talking about it. They're the only ones that it looks like might actually kind of make some kind of a fight about it before the season's over. And then maybe I'll start looking at them. But to be honest with you right now, no, I ain't touching Fulham. But someone else I'm not touching is Newcastle. They do have a match in Game Week 29. But fuck me, Maximin's now out for a few weeks. I think we already know Wilson's out.
Clear.
What?
Stand clear, huh?
Yeah, I'm not touching them.
They're missing it. Are they missing a defender as well?
Yeah, no, they've got. I mean, I don't know. They're probably missing half their centre backs at the moment. I mean, it's not like anyone's going to be looking at Newcastle for clean sheets. At least I'd hope not. They're probably going to run now and get 10 in a row. But 1-1 against Wolves there, and I think, as I said, why I'm looking at, or even in their, why they're even in my thoughts, is because of that Game Week 29 match, you know. But looking at it now, Brighton, Newcastle, I want to be all over Brighton for that. Do you know? Again,
Yeah.
I hate to bring up the Dyer thing, Paddy, but Brighton have a really solid defense lately, and they're someone that, you know, if I had someone in my defense that I was looking to maybe ship on, especially on the deadline of Game Week 29, where if Dyer hasn't played any matches, you might be kind of willing to sacrifice him. I'd be looking at Brighton, and that goes, you know, I stand by that. I think their defensive stats speak for themselves, and I just, you know, don't see Newcastle putting too much of a threat on them in Game Week 29. So, I mean, their options.
Yeah, I guess, look, you know, looking at Game Week 29, everyone has leads, so you're going to keep your leads guys anyway. Everyone has the double up probably of the Spurs double up of Kane and Son, so you're going to need them, you know, for protection anyway. And, you know, that's 5 players. I don't think I'll go near Newcastle. West Ham maybe, and Arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I wouldn't be just, you know, going too nuts, ripping up the team if you didn't have a wild card anyway. Let's just say, Jer, I would kind of just try and wing it.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. You probably could. We got someone, Lama, FPL Lounge, is talking about picking. He picked up Aina, bit of bench fodder, and you know, has a match in Game Week 29 as well. I think Fulham are playing Leeds. Now, I don't know how much of a clean sheet they're going to keep, but just to have a body on the pitch in Game Week 29 is going to be handy as far as I'm concerned, because there's a good chance I won't even be going in with a full squad. So, in that respects, you know, I suppose, as Argentini's saying as well, like Fulham, you know, they're kind of, you know, they're not the worst shout.
No.
Big disappointment this weekend for Harvey Barnes owners and Leicester fans alike. They were put to the sword 3-1 by Arsenal, and yeah, a bit of a massive disappointment for Harvey Barnes in terms of what's, they're saying 6 to 7 weeks, maybe the rest of the season, you know, basically just as he's finding, you know, a massive amount of form. Big.
There was eyes on him, wasn't there? I was even looking at him myself, Jer. Like I dodged a bullet. I nearly had him in the team. Like,
yeah. Well, I saw a few questions. You know, like one of the main kind of talking points floating around Twitter, FPL Twitter, since the game week, since last weekend, is basically Barnes replacements. And you know, I don't have Barnes, you don't have Barnes, so we weren't really, you know, kind of too concerned with it in general. But it's a massive talking point, and you know, I've been looking around, and we mentioned them already. The likes of Jesse Lingard, Rafinha, they're kind of catching the eye. I've seen some good stats on both those players, and for me, like, I think it's hard to overlook Rafinha or to overlook Lingard at the moment. I have Rafinha, and so do you. So he probably would be the one I would target the most, just because of that 29. I think he looks fantastic. The numbers he's pulling out over the last few weeks are insane. So, like, Rafinha would be my number one target, but assuming that, you know, you have a Rafinha, like, Lingard's not that, you know, far off my thoughts. He's on insane form at the moment. Lovely fixture this week. I'm going to be worried about all of the West Ham players I don't have. And does have a fixture in Game Week 29. So they were the two talked about ones. Out of those two, which would, like, I know you have Rafinha, Paddy, but like, which would kind of take your fancy? Lingard, Rafinha?
Who's each one of them playing again there? Sorry.
So this week, Lingard is playing Leeds, and Rafinha is playing West Ham. So.
Oh, what a wanker! So yeah, Jesus. Fuck, it's like flipping a coin, Jer. Like, you know.
But long term, I know this.
No, maybe Lingard. You know, Leeds' defense is shaky. Leeds have a real habit of, you know, getting you excited and being like, right, here we go, we're going to get loads of goals, and then fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And you know, their defense hasn't been great, obviously. I would probably go Lingard if I had to make a choice for that game. I fancy Lingard maybe to batter down the Leeds defence.
Yeah, I mean, he's what, 6 million. He's 5.6% owned. He's returned 3 goals and 2 assists in the last 5 games, all of which he's started and played the majority of the minutes. So time wise and output wise, he's checking both those boxes. Easy checking both those boxes. They do have a kind of a tough run. I think like the Leeds one, as we said, for 27 is tasty, but United in 28, I can see them scoring against United. They've already, I think it was it 2-0 to West Ham in the first half of this reverse fixture. Arsenal, they're not fucking Man City, but they're not going to be a pushover. So you like United, Arsenal, Wolves. They're 3 matches where he could easily blank. So I'm kind of almost talking myself out of it. And then Leicester as I get to it. So I'm kind of like, why am I saying Lingard? I think it's because I have Rafinha. I think that's the big issue.
I'll probably bring Lingard in for game week 29 though, Jer.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for him.
So what do you think West Ham Arsenal? Like I suppose like on current form, that's going to be a tight match. Like Arsenal they're not shit, you know?
No.
Arteta's got them kind of starting to move a bit. Starting to look a bit more dangerous. 3-1 to Leicester, or 3-1 against Leicester at the weekend was fantastic.
That was a shocker, wasn't it, for Leicester too? They dropped points big time in that top 4 race.
And with Barnes out, I don't think Maddison played in that match. Vardy, again, hobbling a little bit, kind of aggravated the hip. Iniacho did pick up the first goal in that, or no, Tielemans scored. I thought must have been changed from Iniacho at some stage. But he did start in that match, and I don't know. I'm worried that Leicester might be a little bit blunt at the moment without the likes of Barnes, without the likes of Maddison. Justin obviously not so much for the creative side of things, but he was a fantastic performer for them so far, this season. So I don't know. I suppose there was a lot of Barnes brought in. There's a few cheeky Vardy floating around the place. There was Pereira was heavily talked about before this week. Ricardo Pereira, like, could you get on him before he smashes things, And that all went to shit.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. I'm just laughing there. I see Buena and FPL Lounge there. Wayne Pish Buena. And on that note, I'm just going to have a beer here, okay?
He is. You are. And I will interact with some of these messages. I'm going to get Veltman, I think, for 29, says Nuclear. In the stats, he's one of the most attacking defenders in the league now. He is... he's going to get 2 defenders like Dallas Veltman for Digne and Ben Mee, and 1 attacker, maybe Antonio for DCL. Yeah, the Antonio for DCL move looks like a pretty... Like, that's on this week. But, I mean, if I'm doing that, then probably doing it this week, because I feel like that Leeds match has plenty of goals in it. Veltman... I'm too ignorant to speak to Veltman, I'll be honest with you, Paddy. I know he's been playing, but as far as I've been reading, isn't that because someone's injured and they might come back? Does he lose his spot win? Is it Lamptey, or someone comes back and someone gets pushed over? Is that Dan Burn? I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed in myself right now for not knowing my Brighton defenders, but I do think Brightoners are worth targeting. We got FPL Buna's in the chat. He's torn between Lingard, Mount, and oh Jesus, there's injections everywhere. Here he is, the gorgeous
injections everywhere.
Yeah,
and there's Seamus as well.
Oh my God, all the boys are out to play this evening. Away in Pish.
Away in Pish.
That's what you were saying. I was wondering if you just got mad.
It distracted me. I was looking at the chat and I was like, oh fuck! I started laughing because I could picture the Scottish accent going away in Pish.
Yeah.
I'm about to have another beer here, Jer.
What's this beer?
So I'm sticking with the Rise. You see this one here? This was the nice kind of Paddy's Day one, 8%.
I'm on this one right now.
That's not bad, isn't it? No?
It's fine. Double rye IPA, shuttle bucket.
So now I'm going to stick with this is a red rye. I'm going for the Bucket Brigade.
Okay.
It's 6.5.
How much investment have you put into Kinnegers? I know they're from your local town.
My wife's sitting over on the couch there, like such a question to ask, man. Nah, look, come here. The boys slag the fuck out of me because they'd be getting 6 tenants for what, £8 or whatever. and then they'd be going, "Oh, Paddy, fucking 50 quid for fucking 4 beers," but they're not that bad, dear, are they?
I like them. I think my why I've kind of started siding with a bit of craft beer at the moment is because I just drink them slower. You know, I don't know why. I just find that I drink less and I drink them slower. Whereas if I'm drinking the likes.
You'd be running around the block streaking if you drank these the way you drink normal tins. The strength of them, man.
You'd be on your ass. You'd be
blow
on
the fucking
your
socks
ass.
off you.
Let us know what you're drinking this evening, folks. If you're supping on any beverages, stick it in the chat and let us know. Glad to see Seamus is he's still alive and kicking. He's the 3 a.m. feeds haven't got to him yet. I'm not going to type a message in because there's just too much shit going on this end.
What the fuck's lounge on about? Paddy picking Ali. I picked Dyer, not fuck. I wish I had picked Ali. For fuck's sake.
He's essentially the.
Pay attention.
The Ali of the defense. But yeah, Ali did get a start tonight. So tonight for the Spurs match, we did have Ali, Bale, Kane, and Son all lining up. An incredibly attacking starting lineup. Didn't prove too fruitful, but good to see for anyone that has gotten on a bit of Spurs action at the moment. I think, it's better. Like I was speaking with at FPL Liam today. I don't know. He did make it. He was in the chat a while ago. He got out of the housework, or he got out of the wife allowed him to come out and play. I suggested that, if you ever want to do something that night, and Seamus, this goes out to you and to all the other what would you call them, significant others, if you need something that evening, then you just gotta play ball earlier in the day. Like if you want to play games, do a bit of Warzone, I don't fucking know, you know what I'm saying, you gotta just play ball 100. During the day.
Exactly, man. You do, you take them to the park and all, you spend a couple of hours and you do all that, and then you come back and you just you
put your hands under your chin and you just pretend like you're listening.
You'd be like, I did do that, so I'm playing Warzone.
Exactly. Or else you pretend like you've had a really bad day, like, I just need to unwind because I'm gonna lose my fucking shit if I don't. When
me and my mate were on couples holidays, we used to get up and we used to take the kids to the beach and all, go for big walks up the big long walks with the kids everywhere. We'd have the kids all day because the women, they like to sunbathe. I can't sunbathe. I get bored. I get fed up.
Do you tan?
And then, I tan. I joke like it's my Mediterranean skin. I go very dark. But then we you're gathering beer tokens all the time. That's what life's all about. You're just you're throwing in, trying to get as many beer tokens as you can, so you can have a wee bit of peace and quiet then when it comes to after 6 p.m.
Yeah, FPL Lama has just given you the clue there, Paddy. He says the clue is in his feckin' name. He's Dyer.
He what?
The clue's in his name, Paddy. He's Dyer. He's Dyer,
Oh, yeah, he's fucking Dyer. I get you.
Come on. But yeah, that's we got a question in from Seamus as well. Did ye work out who won? Oh, look who it is. Did ye work out who won the mug for Manager of the Month in the mini league? Mm-hmm. Now, classic Seamus. Yeah. He's forced us to move on without, even if he's not on the fucking pod, he's forced us to move on to a bit we'd saved to later. But yes, I have had a quick look. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to double check. I'm going to vamp here for a couple of seconds and just have a quick look at where things are. But I'm pretty sure tonight's matches don't count anyway. So I do have the FPL Hangover mini league up on the screen there, or up on my screen. You can also see it. Boom, there you are. There's the overall table as it stands. Paddy, can you take a guess before I change it?
I can't see fucking on here, man. All I see is fixtures list.
It's even better. So what are you watching this on, out of curiosity? Because you're like fucking 3 minutes behind me then.
I've been wondering why you've been like talking all the time and nothing's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's why I said don't watch YouTube, Skype.
I was trying to see the comments.
Oh, you gotta
nice.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm giving you shit here, and
there it is. It's up now. I see the mini league now. Okay.
Do you? We just got to delay it about 30 seconds. So
there's the Renegades. They're flying.
Yeah, and Andrew's doing fucking smashing. But who do you think, Paddy? And you didn't need to see it for this, but Who do you think has won the month of February?
Oh, could it be Seamus?
It is fucking Seamus. So there we have it, folks. There's the winner of our mug for February. I feel kind of bad because we've run. I don't know if you're aware of this, Paddy, but we've run 2 competitions. We run one in December, and we didn't do one in January because of how messed up the fixtures were. And then we ran one again in February for whoever was after winning that month would get a mug. So Seamus has won it this month. I won it in December. So it's like what the hell? What do we do? We're going to have a post-pod discussion on how the fuck do we get rid of these mugs? Because they keep sticking around at the moment. Even the ones that we haven't sent out yet. Yes, I'm talking about you, Ken Corbally. And Seamus. I know you're watching this. I haven't forgotten. I don't care. Just because you have a fucking... an adorable little girl right now. I still want those mugs sent out. And Seamus has won it this year, so congratulations, or this month, congratulations to Seamus. But we will need to look at whether we throw it to Niall Bolster in second place, or see what we do. Maybe we just give everyone a mug. Paddy, you don't have a mug yet.
No, where am I in your league?
I don't think you're in the fucking league, Paddy. I'll be straight
exactly.
with you.
What the fuck happened there?
Well, that's on you. Because I'm in your league. Because I'm in your bloody league.
You're doing actually quite well, my league, Jerry.
Yeah, I am. I'm. There's my team, and where's your league here? The fucking Fantasy King Prem League. I'm 12th as of the moment. So there's places to be won. It's tough competition though. You've got like all the fucking all stars in your league, Paddy.
It's a tough league. It's hard. Like I'm enjoying it though. It's good crack to try and test yourself against a few of those lads.
Oh yeah, and I mean to be fair, like I only did it for the headlines. You haven't done much of them this season.
No, I've been fucking just
mobbed.
I just couldn't be arsed, but I've started back doing them now. But do you know the thing with that league is I used to like put out I could say, do you want in the league? And if it was a mate, I'd say, I'll get you in the league, you know what I mean? But I can't do that anymore now, Jer.
Are you saying that you used to like do a bit of parish politics with the old...
I would be... No, I would... Like, there's people in there, like... it used to be... It was basically first serve, right? But if I had a couple of mates, from the town where I live, I'd be like, do you want in the league? Yeah, I run a decent league. Like, they wouldn't be really on Twitter or nothing. And I could get them in. But I've brought in a Division 2 now. Yeah,
I saw that.
Jer.
Yeah.
So I can't. My hands are tied now. It's like, so if you go out of the, you have to now on to get into the big one.
Yeah, a bit of Well, I mean, is that going to? I don't care. I've actually been meaning to talk to you about this for a while. Is that going to continue over into like next season, like that there's a second division?
Oh yeah. There's like I go on Playmaker and I kind of I kind of just slightly update the Division 2 league there. It doesn't get as much highlights as the main one, but yeah, the top 30 get promoted and 30 get relegated.
Okay, well there we go. I think next season we're gonna hit that. We're gonna have to hit that heavy. You're gonna be just swamped again, like in terms of entries and if you wanted to promote it.
That's kind of why I done the 2 divisions, so it wouldn't be as bad on me. I could just deal with 60 people.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. Someone tell us the score in that Liverpool-Chelsea match. Still 1-0 to Chelsea, I'm assuming, or the lads would have gone mad. But Paddy, DM me your address. He'll send you a mug. Paddy, you just won a mug.
Yes.
No.
Thank you, Seamus.
That's a bit unfair, though, Seamus. Should you not be giving one to absolutely everyone in the audience there now?
Hold on a fucking cotton pecking second here, Jared. Like I'm falling in from here. You know what I mean? So
no, you get a mug. You get a mug regardless.
I'm Seamus.
Paddy,
I am Seamus.
Yeah. No, you should have a special mug. You should have like your own special mug. Don't let me get that wrong. I'm just wondering, like, is it fair for him to really start dangling one of the most coveted prizes in FPL in front of our fantastic viewers?
Yes.
He's no respect. He's just trying to stir shit. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. But yeah, getting back on track. We've kind of gone a bit sidetracked there at the moment, and looking. I think Jesus, we're an hour and 10 minutes into this, Paddy.
I'm a bit pissed.
Yeah, I can sense that I'm the same. Like we're on the same level here. I'm like 50 minutes later. I'm already going. How am I going to take a toilet break here? How am I going to?
Aye, me too. I'm busting. Do you want to go first, and then I'll hold the fort here, and then
how are you going to hold the fort up, Eddie? I want to know.
I'll ask everyone what they think of Lee from FPL Family, and I'm sure that we can at least spend a good.
We got over an hour and 10 minutes this time without you bringing it up, so like it's just getting better and better every week as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, fucking.
Yeah, I think I should go for a piss break, but we'll set up some.
You don't want to see what's going to be said here.
No, yeah, when I'm gone. We'll set something up. If you guys in the chat could give us some form of question that would keep Paddy vamping while I use the ladies' room, that would be great. But be careful now, because Paddy does tend to go off on tangents. And speaking of tangents, Paddy, another player that I didn't mention a while ago, and I'm actually What?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I read a comment there. I had an Anchorman moment there. Go on ahead.
Oh, bore off, Paddy. I did the exact same thing, and I didn't realize that what you meant by Anchorman until I said the exact same thing. But
there you go.
Yeah. What I was going to say to you, we were chatting about Lingard, we were chatting about Rafinha, right? But I was looking, and there is a third option in regards to the Barnes replacements that I didn't actually get to the last time we were chatting, and that's Saka. Saka's someone that, you know, like I don't know if I can pull something out of my Saka right now. Heyo.
Oh yes.
But I can get him. I'll get him. Here he is. But yeah, I was looking at Saka, and I know it's not some massive shock. Oh my god! But yeah, because Saka has fucking turned some heads. Yeah. He was rested there at the weekend against Leicester, so he should be starting the next match. He has got not a whole lot in his last 5 matches. As I said, rested against Leicester, blankety blank in against Wolves, Villa, and Leeds. But just to show you what he's capable of, Paddy, right? Between game weeks 15 and game weeks 20, he got 4 goals, 3 assists, and that's really what kind of drew my attention at the time. I was like, when I saw that, because there was a few people, I think there was some kind of double game week in there. There was something in there that people were talking about Saka, and at the end of that period, I was going, fuck me, you know, like this, you know, he's had a great season, and he could be one to keep an eye on. And right now, considering he's away against Burnley in game week 27, he's got a tough enough match against Spurs, but that's a derby, so you never know how that's going to go. And he's got a fixture in game week 29 against West Ham, so he's also kind of on my watch list. So just for anyone that is keeping track, Lingard, Rafinha. What?
He's quite cheap, isn't he? As well, what price is he again?
5.2, 8.8%.
Yeah, definitely doable. Definitely one to look at. Yeah, without a doubt, and a decent option to have as you know, a bench option as well.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, that's because see, whenever we do go into this, like I'm just talking wild card here. No, not everyone does, but I mean, like you want to have one decent bench asset.
Yeah.
You know, and what price is he? Again, 5.2. Yeah, that would you wouldn't mind having a 5.2 and then the rest go.
Well, I mean, even a 5.2. I mean, like I paid 4.9 for Suchek, and I was happy. You know, like it is a bit expensive, like more expensive than my usual bench fodder, but like, you know, I was happy to rest him the odd time, or you know, it's not like you expect a whole lot from a 5.2. Do you know?
Yeah. No, that's exactly. No, I like that. Seamus has a question here.
Yes.
Here's a question I already know Jer's answer to. So this one must be to me. With Liverpool and Man United looking very flat lately, the UCL and Europa League about to start back up, should we consider selling Salah or Bruno?
All right. So you
such a fucking question to hit a man dying for a pish with.
All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to let you jump on that, and I'll give my thoughts when I get back. All right, buddy?
Right, okay, go for it. Right, I'm just going to go off on one here. Salah is beginning to look like the hardest player to own at the moment with a 12 million price tag, at the moment. But then if you look at his fixtures, they're better looking than Bruno, who's also. So it's down to the form over fixtures, isn't it? And none of them have form. Fuck. What are you... Jesus. The thing is with Salah, would you say he's more explosive than Bruno? Is it Fulham next? Fulham are kind of, looking a bit good-ish. I don't know. I think what I will do is I'll probably drop Salah up until game week 30. And then I'll probably wildcard him back in maybe. I mightn't even lose him. Totally contradicting myself. Seamus, you really threw a real curveball there. Bruno has City next and then blank 29. Yeah. You see, it depends how much money have I got tied up in Bruno. I need to just check that, so bear with me. What did I buy Bruno for? I might get rid of Bruno instead of Salah. Right now, is Bruno worth 11.3 right now? Shit.
Yeah, no, What have you been saying? What have you done?
No, we're just looking at. We're just chatting here about. This is a great question. Seamus put in about Salah and Bruno. Bruno has City next, and then a blank in 29. And Salah has Fulham next, and a blank in 29.
Well, I mean, for me, it's a no. As we said at the top of the show, I don't think so. I think if I was getting rid of one, it would probably be Salah.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think I want to watch Man United matches without having Bruno on my team. That's just a little bit of personal fun I have with FPL.
There's some interesting comments there. I think keep Salah. Jota will help him there, the lounge.
That's a good point.
And then Argantes, he's think Bruno Seal for me. His run is City, Milan, Leicester, blank 29.
Tough.
Yeah.
These guys should be doing the podcast because these are all excellent.
I think we'll beat Milan pretty handy, and we might. The only one creating anything in that team, Bruno. Yeah, Bruno's the heart of the United team. He's the talisman.
That's copyrighted. You can't say that.
There's the one I was looking for. I got Bruno at 10.5. He's 11.6 now. So it depends how much you bolt up in him. I don't think Salah's price has dramatically changed as much as Bruno's.
No, you're right. It's I think he's still in around the 0.6. I mean, he was far more expensive to start than Bruno was anyway, so
yeah,
it was never going to go up too much. But yeah, no, I'm with you.
The loss there on Bruno though would be a big right. Wait for piss.
Yeah, all right. Paddy's gone, so now I've got a vamp, and the question's already been bloody well answered. But Argan, he's got another question. He's got death by injections or death by mud. Well, I think we know where this is going out to. This is FPL Lounge and Boona. God bless them. But I don't know. I think death by injections is the way to go. That's the original gangster in the long run. So the mud thing, I feel like injections was kind of already I'd never really seen that within the FPL community in terms of it really took on a life of its own, and In the Mud has a little bit, but In the Mud was already a thing. It was like someone would say, oh, that's In the Mud or blah blah blah, so people would chat about that was already in the lexicon, whereas injections is, to me, I'll only ever associate with Boona and with the FPL community in general. So I can thank ye all for ruining that. Salah's been subbed off at the 61st minute. Seamus Argentini, they're on the ball. Lama's he's with me with the injections. I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, Salah taking off in the 60th minute. Well, there's more food for thought. If Paddy was there, I could bounce a bit off him, but he's not. So I'm gonna have to just keep the air from going dead. Isn't that it, Lama? You can help me out. You're all about the strong airwaves. I suppose when you look at it, then Salah wise, like this is definitely going to be something, for consideration. This is another blank. Both Fernandes and Salah blanking in the double game week. It's going to be all like, who do you get rid of now? Which is which? For me, I'm still happy to hold on to the two until something becomes a bit more obvious. I don't see anyone really rushing to replace him. You look at Salah, as we said already before, he's blanked Chelsea, he's blanked Sheffield, and he blanked Everton. Now, the Sheffield match, obviously you're expecting him to get some attacking returns in that. That's a disappointing blank. But, Liverpool did win 2-0, so you're thinking, okay, that's better than they've been, performing usually, because they lost 2-0 to Everton the week before that, or the game week before that. So he's blanked essentially against Everton and Chelsea and Sheffield. I don't think it's, it's pack up and sell right now. For me, I think there's still plenty of stock to be held in Salah and in Bruno for that matter, even if their fixtures are getting tough. The issue is, like, what team do you want to invest in where their issues aren't getting similarly tough? The likes of City, Chelsea, Liverpool. I was just saying there, Paddy, I was saying, like, Salah got taken off in the 61st minute, so while you were away, so that kind of added a new dimension to that Salah-Bruno question that was asked earlier. And yeah, and for me, I was kind of saying, like, I'm still not, too worried about Salah. It's only been 3 game weeks, 2 of which were against, Everton, their biggest rivals, and the match tonight against Chelsea, again, tables-wise, one of their biggest competitors. So I'm not too worried about Salah. But my whole kind of crux of it is that, like, who do you replace these players with? Because, you talk about your rotation, you talk about Champions League and all this stuff that's coming up. Anyone that I would be considering replacing Salah or Fernandes with is suffering from similar problems. The likes of a KDB. You could even talk about maybe switching over to Mane in regards to Salah, because it's always been an option. Seamus knows better than anyone. It's always been an option. And, they all have the same problems. Like, unless you're just completely revamping your team. But where do you put that money? I mean, like Kane, even if you shove it into your forward line and you get in a Kane or something, like, then, again, rotation is going to be an issue somewhere, Yeah. But, so I didn't really catch what you were saying, Paddy, but if you had to choose right now, Salah or Bruno, yay or nay, which is going out of your team right now? Quick, go.
Probably Salah.
There we go.
That's the instinct.
From the mouths of babes.
Yeah, I would just get rid of Salah. And you know what? I think I could probably cover Salah then with that money some way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the money, Paddy. Is like, where do you put it? Do you know?
Yeah, you see, me right away, like. And you made great points there about people suffering similar problems of what Salah's going through at the moment. But right away, I'm drawn to either Kane or KDB. That's where I'm drawn to. But if I did get rid of Salah, obviously, I haven't moved yet. I would have to have a look at the fixtures and things that are coming up. There's a bit of a fixture swing game week 31 as well. I would have to study.
Well, yeah, that's the kind of thing about.
Coronavirus.
I was gonna say bless you, but yeah, coronavirus seems to be the new one.
Yeah.
How is all things up in Donegal, Paddy? You were out travelling today, weren't you?
I was out and about today. I was out having a swim today, Jer. I was out doing a bit of driving out in the driving range, doing a bit of swinging. And I don't know how I'm going to go back to work, Jer. I don't have time for it anymore, to be honest.
Who does? Whoever had time for it?
I feel like I've retired young.
Yeah, young, dumb, and full of cum. Isn't that the way it goes?
I wish. No, actually, I don't wish. that.
Yeah, well, it's too late. It said it now. I can take it out.
Yeah.
It's clipped. All right, so we're nearly wrapping up, folks. We were gonna maybe stay till the end of the Liverpool match, but
I will stay to the end of the game. We'll stay to the end of the game.
You think so?
Jared.
You think we stay 20 more minutes?
Sure.
Right.
We don't have to chat about fantasy the whole time. We can fucking chat about,
Okay, but
before
we start talking shit, then tell me captaincies for game week 27.
Right, let's have a look. Oh, have you got it up there? Oh no, sure, I'm 3 months behind.
Yeah, you are.
Need to learn this YouTube shit. Right, let's see. I'm looking at my team right now.
Okay.
I've got McCarthy in nets. Because he's got a double. So he's going. My captaincy, I've got it on Salah.
That's what I'm laughing about, because I think I'm not too far away from you. My vice is on Salah. My captaincy is currently on Kane, but I don't have your live team up.
Yeah,
but
I don't have fucking Kane.
That's the big one. I mean, Crystal Palace is going to be a tasty fixture. I mean, that's, the big thing. So, but like looking at the game week 27 fixtures in general, I mean, Spurs against Crystal Palace, that's going to draw the eye. I think Leeds against West Ham, I feel like there's a fuck ton of goals in that. I don't know why, I just do. Yeah. Wasn't the last one 3-2 or was it 3-1? I think it was 3-1 to West Ham.
Fucking I don't even know what day it is, Jer.
It's Thursday. I actually had to think about what day it was there. I was good. Oh, I better not. I was saying all day, I was going around going, oh, I'm going to have to say the 3rd of March now on the stream tonight. The worst date for an Irishman to have to say, the 3rd of the 3rd. And then herself goes, yeah, it's the 4th. And I was like, oh, okay. My bad. My apologies.
Arrogantly.
All night this has been stumbling.
Can you change your name to something a wee bit easier? He's saying Diaz a viable captain option. Jared, what do you think?
I think he is. I think the City backline is. It's like when you're kind of looking at a striker going, he could get a goal. It's like twice that for the City clean sheets.
I'm like, fuck that.
Oh, in general, you're like, no, not at all.
I mean, fair enough. Viable, yes, but I'll never do it. I'll never fucking do it. I can't captain defenders. See, I can't do it.
I could see myself captaining a Diaz. I wouldn't captain either of like a Stones or a Cancelo. Like they're the two I have. I think they're both liable for rotation, and I think he'll want to play Diaz as much as he can. I definitely don't see an issue with it in terms of like they're playing twice, Paddy. Right.
Well, I'm going to put one out to the watchers here and the listeners. Would you captain? Who's captain, Diaz or Ings?
All right, that's an interesting. So I'll take it first.
At first thought, you think that's crazy, but Ings is playing Sheffield.
He is. That's the thing. Like, it's not that crazy. He's playing against Sheffield. Now, Sheffield will be a bit buoyed by their 1-0 win against Villa at the weekend, or just gone. But, you'd fancy Southampton to be looking to kind of arrest this poor run of form they've been on. Really poor run of form they've been on. So, Ings is a good shout. What's the chat saying? Have we got any responses to whether... they want an
no, Arrogantini, wherever the fuck is he, however you say that. Only time I captain Diaz, he got me 22 points, pure luck. Seamus is saying Diaz right away.
Yeah, there you go. I'm completely okay with Diaz. I mean, they can probably see where I'm coming from with like the likes of Stones and Cancelo not really being an option. For me, like I think they're both too easily missed in a match. They've got really easy to replace players in that squad. Whereas Diaz, I think he's kind of like the pillar in the middle of it all, the support beam that holds up that defense. But yeah, they do seem to be
the lounge is going Diaz as well. Just sorry.
So there you go, Paddy. You're outnumbered. I'm sorry. Now you have to transfer
Diaz
in.
I wasn't. I'm not saying
No, you did. You said it. You very clearly said morons. You're morons.
I said there's a question. I didn't say, but I'm just thinking, look, Ings against Sheffield, and then he could nick a goal against City, could he? No.
I don't
Double
see
game week.
Southampton scoring against City.
All right, you know what? Fuck everyone. I'm leaving.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. But no, yeah, okay. It was just, I was just put it out there. Let me see, captaincy. I'm probably still going to captain Salah.
You think so?
He's
just said you'd get Salah out over Bruno.
No, he's rested now. He's rare to go. He's angry. Klopp knows what he's at. He's going to go into Fulham and he's going to hat-trick the shit out of them.
It's an interesting point. He did have a bit of a rest. I mean, like, you can look at this all you want in regards to, like, taking Salah off in a big game when Liverpool are, chasing. You can definitely, kind of see, that's a little worrisome. But, maybe he does put a bit of fire back in Salah's belly for the Fulham match. Go on
ahead.
I was just going to say, I think for me, I'd probably stick with Kane. I think Spurs have looked like that 1-0 win to Fulham. Like, it mightn't have looked like a whole lot tonight, beating Fulham 1-0. But I was chatting to a lot of people who, felt like Fulham could get something out of it. And if you watch the match, Fulham, especially in the second half, they could have, But they held out. They got their 1-0 win. They still played their attacking formation, as in their attacking starting lineup, we'll say. And that'll be the fucking world of good to them. To be able to go out and hammer Burnley 4-0 and then, be up against it against Fulham and still come out 1-0. Still get the 3 points. I think a whole match against Crystal Palace, I'll probably be captain and Kane going into that.
And let's go back to this DS captaincy, right?
Okay.
DS is a viable captaincy, right? If you have DS, right, and you also have Son, Salah, Gundogan, Ings, and Kane, are you going to pick DS over all of those guys as well?
Well, I mean, like Son, Salah, Kane all have one match, so there's your advantage with Diaz straight away. You're going, okay, well he has 2, so he has the law of averages on his side. Gundogan, I think He's kind of in the same shout as Diaz. Like, I think Gundogan scoring is probably as likely. I feel it's probably as likely as Diaz keeping a clean sheet. Or not, it's less likely. Well, sorry, my apologies. I think City keeping the clean sheet is far more likely than Gundogan scoring. But obviously, Gundogan's capable of, has a far higher ceiling. So he can do much more damage, especially if he's still on penalties. That's going to be one to watch out for, is like who takes the next penalty when Gundogan, KDB and Aguero is on the pitch. That'll be interesting. Who's taking that bad boy? Rodri steps up again.
Gundogan or Kane from that lot. And United haven't scored in the last 2 games. They can't go 3 games in a row without scoring. I can see them scoring against City.
Really, I don't like. If we were to take a page out of FPL Black Book, is that what Black Box there, and take an old stab at the results of that United Arsenal game, like I see. I mean, the first result that comes to my head is 0-0, because why would you not think that with United? I don't see United scored. I mean, when was the last time they scored against the top 16?
Oh yeah, once, wasn't it? I've seen some stats playing about. But come here, like you can look at those stats, right, and then you can go and watch a game, and you can be just blown away. Like I remember going in to watch United and City game, and I was thinking, we're fucked. And Pogba jumps up and scores 2 headers, like.
Yeah,
and
I knew the exact game you were talking about.
Not only a fucking scoring goals, he hadn't scored a header since he signed, and like two goals, and I was like, well, anything can happen in a derby game.
Well, that's the thing.
Stats have to go out the window for those matches, like.
Yeah, I mean, I like to. I'm with you. I think you're right. Like, I think that neither of us are going to be wrong in saying stats go out the window, stats don't go out the window. I think everyone knows the kind of special occasion that a derby game can bring out in players. I don't know how much that matters in an empty stadium. I mean, that's another thing to consider.
Yeah.
Like I know, was it United or away? I think, United are away against City this weekend. So I mean, I don't know. I'm going to hold a little bit of hope, but I would expect that to end either 2-0 to City or 0-0.
Yeah, you're right. You brought me back to reality.
I'm
we
sorry,
have to
Paddy.
think. We have to be like the bookies here, don't we? If you want to play FPL, you have to be. You have to play the game.
If you wanna talk about it on a podcast, I think you have to play the game. I think if in general you can do, everyone gets to do whatever the fuck they like.
Well, on the podcast, we can talk more factual. We're just having a few drinks with you guys here, so we're allowed to dream.
That's the thing.
On YouTube,
and we've been sitting here talking shit for an hour and 40 minutes, and God bless.
Doesn't even feel like it, man.
It does not feel like it, but God bless every single one of you that have stuck with us since the start. And there's a few of you, and I love that. So that's kind of where we're getting to. After an hour and 40 minutes, it's kind of talking shit. What's that thing you said once? Chat shit, get banged. Was that you, Paddy?
That was Jamie Vardy actually, but I'll gladly take that.
You had a podcast episode called Chat Shit Get Banged.
Oh, I probably did. You
did, yeah. That's what it was.
It's been that long, since I.
Well, I never missed one, so.
Oh, thank you, Jer. Thank you.
I never missed a podcast episode. I can promise you that.
It was good crack. Doing the old pods. No, it's been nice, coming in and helping Seamus out. So.
How does it feel to dust off the old microphone?
It's good. It was a bloody expensive one, so I'm glad I'm getting a bit of a roll out of it.
Yeah, that's it. Rubbing it there in front of everyone. You're still rubbing it.
I'm actually rubbing it like a child.
Yeah. The old Yeti. Yeah.
There we go.
Their sales must have went through the roof, especially pandemic time. I think everyone decided Podcast City.
What is a blue? What do you call it? Blue
you stop
snowball?
Touching the microphone, Paddy.
What the fuck is it? Yeah, it's a snowball one.
Oh my god. But no, we're great. We're fucking delighted to have you to jump in. It's been an exciting couple of weeks, I think, which is kind of. What was I describing? I was always debating whether I'd do this on the podcast but fuck it, I'm a couple of cans in and nearly 2 hours in, and after the first week, when myself and yourself, we've never chatted outside of social media. We're sitting down and we're Skyping face to face. We're having a bit of a chin wag beforehand, and then we bait the pod out, and then pod ends, and I'm sitting there and I'm editing it, I'm putting it together, and I listen back to it the next day. I just couldn't get this feeling out of my head, and the girlfriend said to me, like, well, what do you think of it? And I said, when you are in a long-term relationship and you bang a different chick, like you break up and then you bang a different chick, that's what it felt like. It was like the passion was there, but the passion was there, which was important, but we had it was the first bang.
What are you trying to say, that I didn't make you come?
No, it's the opposite. The passion was there, Paddy. There was cum galore. But I'm just saying that, it takes time to...
You didn't want to cuddle me after?
No, Patrick. You've misconstrued this whole conversation. I'm saying... I knew this is why I didn't want to do it on the fucking podcast.
You wanted to ring me a taxi?
No, it was the opposite. I just wanted to do you better. Do you better, Paddy. That's what it was.
Jesus Christ.
Okay? I'm sorry. That's why I felt like you saw the notes I came with the next week. Yeah. I was after it. I was going, do you know what? I thought I was sloppy. I took things for granted. I was like, I've been used to riding Seamus for 3 years. So I'm overflowing. But I was used to riding Seamus for 3 years, and then all of a sudden someone throws a Paddy at me. And I'm like, oh, do you know what? I like this, but this can be better. And it's getting there. Like, the last couple of weeks, I'm like, okay, figuring out, does he like his elbow being nibbled? Is it a bit of the back of the ear?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! I'm glad. You know what? I can't stop smiling and laughing.
You should have taken that out when I suggested it 10 minutes ago, Paddy. We can end it right now and say thank you to everyone. Nope, let's keep going.
How long left in the match?
Right, that's exactly. I haven't checked because my hand is. I got a can in this hand. Rabbit hole. This is a new lineman can. I keep holding it too close. Rabbit hole.
Thank you, Jer. I enjoyed that. That was some omission there, and Seamus you're a lucky lad if you get to stick the headphones on with Jer every night or every week.
No,
so.
Paddy, you're missing the point, okay? Because Seamus is going to have to come back to collect his stuff at some stage. And
I know.
And that's when the menage a trois. That's when the menage a trois kicks in. And it's just all the way. We're gonna be.
What's that little drink there? You're showing up in front. Oh, that's 3 minutes ago.
It's not 3 minutes ago. It's not 3 minutes ago. You're fine. It's only 30 seconds ago. This is Lineman, which at one of the lads on Twitter today at the Dude Abides, I think he was saying he was talking about Lineman. I haven't tried their brew before. This is called Rabbit Hole. It's an Imperial IPA. Don't know what any of that means. I just like the name, and it tends to be what a lot of this podcast goes through. It just goes down a whole bunch of rabbit holes.
It's an Imperial IPA.
What's an Imperial IPA, Betty? You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Well, I know the IPA means an Indian Pale Ale.
I know what the fucking 3 letters stand for. What's the Imperial?
I don't know what the Imperial is either.
So what about the one you were talking about a while ago? Double Rye IPA. So what's Double Rye? Just taste?
Well, Double Rye is stronger. So obviously, like, that must be the alcohol. This is 8% of Double Rye.
Oh fuck!
And this is just a normal rye, so this is only 6.5. I have no idea.
Oh, that explains the slurring. That explains all of the slurring.
We'll need to actually. I must head up. Do you follow Sixth Goal at Sixth Goal?
No. Is that no? I don't.
Worth a follow. Steve Tomai.
Oh yes, he did a pitch and pint pod for a while.
Yeah. I actually used to listen to that religiously at work. I used to listen to that ahead of some of the big pods because I just loved that he flowed everything so perfectly. Like, he didn't take a breath.
Come galore.
Yeah. Come galore.
But he didn't take a breath. He would do like 30. I think I saw when I started doing the YouTube thing, which was a whole new experience from the start of the podcast, because like we were just all audio, and then you do YouTube, and all of a sudden you gotta not follow other accounts, but you want to follow other accounts. You want to see what they're doing. You want to see what the state of play is, and that's one of his videos from years ago kept popping up. That's how I kind of knew who you're talking about there. And you're right, like he would just bait something up, but he's big into his drink.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love his Instagram as well. He just he does all this here. Look, if you can see me, he's like, he does a swirl. And then he takes one sip.
I like it.
And he's like, I can taste the rye and there's a little citrus there. And then he even talks about the foam head and all. It gives a nice head. Well, he does give a nice head, but I mean, like he's so good.
Let's keep this on track, Paddy. Away from cum.
Yes, he does it great. He makes you just want a beer.
Yeah. See, I'm too I literally I've the word, like I was chatting. I think I mentioned at the start. I probably went into a tangent, but chatting to at FPL Liam today, and he wasn't sure if he'd make the pod, and he was saying like, look, he doesn't have the craft beer, but he's got plenty of Lidl's Finest lined up. And I was saying to him, I was like, I still but I still like get bottles of their little glass stubbies. I can never remember the fucking Lidl version of it. The Aldi one is Brasserie, but and then Galero, which is like the cheapest shit lager. I still think that's great. If you drink it when it's cold. Galero is the white can. It's like basically fucking, regular old lager, like for less than €1 a can, and it tastes fine. And I was looking at that and I was going, you can take the boy out of the little alcohol section, but you can't take the little alcohol section out of the boy.
Exactly. I'll have to check that one out.
I wouldn't recommend it. But no, you'd spit it at me.
Yeah.
You'd spit at me. I know you would.
But Jer, I take it you're a bit like me, that you weren't always on the the crafts, only kind of a recent thing, or were you like, did you just jump on the craft beers when they just at the beginning?
No, it's only a recent thing, and even now I was hesitant to do it because I was like I don't really know what I'm fucking talking about. But then since lockdown, I've just gotten so sick of because I only have the petrol station near me, so it's like it's basic bitch beer all day long, and I just got sick of it. And then you recommended that craftcentral.ie.
Oh, it's
It's
fantastic
so
site, isn't it?
fucking good.
Yeah.
I ordered it.
There's Abby. There's Abby on. I fucking think it's hilarious.
Who's Abby? Tell
That's
me.
Abby.
Give me some.
Yes, Paddy.
Give me some Abby info.
Abby's FPL Salah. You know, he does the fucking
The statistics.
the score percentages.
Yeah. I love that shit.
How was that? He's Abby loves the he's a movie TV series buff, and he's just recently watched Black Mirror. Did you watch Black Mirror?
I've seen everything but the Bandersnatch episode.
Well, oh, it was shite.
Yeah,
but yeah, fantastic. What's happening, Abby? I think the Llama Lounge left after we started talking about shagging each other.
I'm surprised there's anyone still listening after we started talking about shagging each other. I think that was the perfect time to talk about it too, Petty, because this is a live stream. It's at the end of a 2-hour-ish episode, so it shouldn't be too bad.
The last 10 minutes now, so we can go a bit wild, like.
Oh yeah, we go absolute mad.
Nuts, man.
But no, we're not gonna go nuts. But yeah, no. What was that TV show you just talked about?
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Yes, Bandersnatch was a little shite. Seamus hated it as well.
Did you, Abby? Did you watch? What did you call it again? Bandersnatch.
Yeah, he says it's shit as well.
Who did?
Abby.
See, I have a delay in my comments. Oh, there it is now. Oh, no, it's not. It's all
You're
good,
supposed to play along, Paddy, and go, oh, yes, and then take a sip of beer by the lag.
I'm only new to YouTube, mate. I'm only new to YouTube. That's a whole different ballgame to me.
Oh, well, if you do half as much damage on YouTube as you did on Twitter, you should be laughing.
Yeah. You see, yeah, well, I don't mind this, YouTube. Paddy, you gonna tell your toilet story?
Oh, well, he is now. Paddy, what's your toilet story?
Well, it's not actually my toilet story, you know, like, it's, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, I don't know if I can say.
What are they going to do, cut us off after an hour and 40 minutes? It's done now.
There's a little black bits at the bottom of my glass. Do you think I can drink them?
What are they?
I don't know. Maybe it's...
Just knock it back, and tell your toilet story. Just tell your toilet story, Paddy. Come on, everyone's waiting to hear. And Lounge is still there.
Okay, first of all, fuck you, Abdul. First of all, for bringing that up, and second of all, it wasn't. I just want to say this again. It wasn't my toilet story. There was a discussion earlier in a GC about I don't know where it went, but anyway, someone. I can't actually do this.
You can. Come on, you've built it up now. GC stands for group chat, just for anyone who doesn't know, because I had to figure that out today.
Okay, basically, anyway, it went down. Look at he's laughing. It went down a turn, all right, about horrific stories you've heard in your life, and because lockdown was so bad. He didn't have a missus or anything, and he was missing the female
companionship,
female action. Yeah, companionship. Yeah. So what he did was he got 2 sponges and he put them in a basin of warm water on top of the toilet bowl. The seat.
Yeah.
And then he would proceed then to put his member on top of that, and then put another sponge on top of that, and then close the seat down. And basically that was it. We're just, I don't know how we started talking about something like that, but that was the toilet story.
So he's fucking the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, yeah.
Oh, I've heard about putting your dick in between a mattress or a pillow or something like that.
I've never even heard of that.
No, I've seen. No.
The mattress is a good one.
Yeah, well, I mean, a mattress it's in the bedroom. It's softer, I'd imagine. It's
accessible. Well, I suppose the toilet is too. You've got an ensuite.
Yeah, but you're on your knees fucking a toilet then.
Yeah.
At least a bed you can. I'm looking over there as if I'm trying to imagine. I'm like, yeah. You could bend the duvet into like pretend, but there's a harsh reality about fucking a toilet seat.
It's gone very, very dark here very, very quickly since Abby came into the chat now, and I regret now sending that link into the GC. But
Seamus says he leaves the pod for 2 minutes, 2.5 weeks, and this is what it turns into. Hey, look, this is what live streams were always going to turn into,
Seamus, when you make babies.
You got to learn the repercussions, okay?
I didn't ask for this.
No,
but,
I think...
thanks for that, Abby.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to take that turn.
I wasn't either. I just, I put it in there. I says, last couple of minutes, jump in, have a bit of crack, and he just comes in with the toilet story right away. But, that's what you're up against. You think people are your friends, and then they just stab you in the back.
I know now, Paddy. I think you're being a little harsh. I think if anything, your toilet story has won the favor of the audience over.
Yeah, well, there we go. Look,
compared to
it might be a life hack for some people, that listen later on.
But like the life hack is fucking the mattress, not fucking the toilet seat. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's worse.
I'm just going. And then what happens if you lose a little bit of grip and you go straight down on the closed toilet seat? Do you know, like, say your knee slips from underneath you and you put your fucking weight down on your palm and you just press the toilet seat right down on your little fella. That's something I don't want to explain to a paramedic.
No, that would be...
Whereas the bed sheet, the mattress, that's all soft. It's grand.
Yeah, depending. Yeah.
We'll work out the details off air.
We'll put that one out to the listeners. They can talk about that.
We will, but we will we will start wrapping it up. And what a place to wrap it up on, there, Paddy. If it's not, I won't lie.
Is the Liverpool game over?
It's over. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. Chelsea clean sheet. So fucking Nuclear's laughing with his clean sheet points for Rudiger, and the Chelsea train is building a little bit of momentum right now under Tommy T. But it's over. The podcast is over. We're going to say goodbye to everyone. Paddy, do you want to say good luck and shout out and kisses to anyone?
No.
Okay, I guess I'll do it then. I would like to thank anyone that's stuck with us all the way to the end tonight. That has been amazing. Anyone that's even tuned in for 10 minutes, thanks a lot. And hope to see you back here again. If you want to reach out to us, you can hit us on Twitter at FPL Hangover. We're also available on Gmail at fplhangover@gmail.com. Paddy, I struggle every week.
Oh, yeah. I meant to say, yeah, of course, I want to say thanks to everyone who's listening and all. Yeah, appreciate that. And you can catch me just on Twitter at FPL_Viking_. That's where I am at the minute.
That's where you're going. That's perfect. Make sure to check out Paddy. He's a constant bit of laugh and a crack on Twitter anyway, on the cesspool that can sometimes be the social media. Pad's a shining light. And again, thank you from us. I hope you enjoy Game Week 27. I hope all your arrows are green, Seamus. I hope you're listening. I wish your arrows not to be green, just because. And in general, thank you all for joining in, guys, and God bless.